Lost Spring by Anees Jung. A sensitive account of childhood quietly taken away by poverty and exploitation. The chapter explores the lives of poor children who are forced into labor instead of enjoying school and childhood. Through two real-life narratives, the author shows how poverty does not just reduce income, it slowly steals dreams, freedom, and identity. The first part introduces us to Saheb-e-Alam. Ironically, his name means Lord of the Universe, but his reality is very different. Saheb is a rag picker, a child who searches through garbage to survive. He lives in Simapuri, on the outskirts of Delhi, a settlement of refugee families who came from Bangladesh years ago in search of food and safety. For these families, survival became more urgent than schooling, and gradually rag picking turned into a way of life for their children. The author quietly observes that for them, garbage is not merely waste. Sometimes it is as valuable as gold. In this world, childhood begins to disappear very early. Later, Saheb is seen working at a tea stall. At first glance, this appears to be progress. But the author notices a subtle and painful change. Earlier, while rag picking, Saheb had a certain freedom in his movement and curiosity in his eyes. Now, standing behind the tea stall, his face looks tired and burdened. The steel canister he carries seems heavier than the plastic bag he once carried. Without saying it directly, the narrative shows us how child labor quietly takes away the lightness of childhood. The second part of the chapter takes us to Firozabad, a town famous for its glass bangles. Here we meet Mukesh, a boy born into a family of bangle makers. Behind the bright colors of the bangles lies a harsh and uncomfortable reality. Children work for long hours in dark, poorly ventilated rooms, often sitting close to hot furnaces. Many lose their eyesight at a very young age. Poverty here is not temporary. It has become a vicious cycle, a trap that passes from one generation to the next. The author gently explores why these families do not simply leave this occupation. The answer lies in a complex web of poverty, illiteracy, social pressure, and exploitation by middlemen. Together, these forces hold the families in place, making escape extremely difficult. The image of a web here suggests something sticky and confining, a life from which it is hard to break free. And yet, in the middle of this harsh reality, Mukesh expresses a small but powerful dream. He says he wants to become a motor mechanic. This moment is deeply significant. For the first time, we see a child from this environment imagine a future different from the one he has inherited. It is a fragile hope, but it is still hope. Through the stories of Saheb and Mukesh, Lost Spring gently reveals how poverty, child labor, and social inequality can quietly steal the most precious years of life. And yet, even in the harshest conditions, the human capacity to dream continues to survive. Read slowly, think deeply. This is Quiet Recall.